Gentlemen, I have an incredible video. Christine Lagarde and all of Ripple's ties to the European Central Bank will be discussed. The payment mechanisms used by Europeans and their links to Ripple will also be examined. We will discuss the Banque de France. We will discuss the banking Germany. We will discuss how SIA is linked to the Euro system via XRP. Guys, there's a lot in this video. Hold on tight, for this will be a lengthy one. Now, let's examine this data. Right now, you will discover some hard facts, and I hope it helps you see the many directions that XRP and Ripple may take in the years to come. So let's get started right here. Which aspects of fintech and technology do you believe would cause the biggest disruption? I believe that significant upheavals are on the horizon. However, it is evident how the new technologies are reducing the cost to make financial transactions more accessible to those with modest incomes, even in very tiny quantities, who make few deposits and few withdrawals, and how those technologies can quickly obtain a record of an individual's credit history and subsequently be able to guide those individuals toward the most efficient use of their funds. It's already severely interrupted, in my opinion. Okay, so she's referring to remittances there. In a moment, I will present some information to you. How large is the next slide here? Or the technology she seems to be referring to there. All right, give me a moment before we discuss that information. Let me play this. Connections throughout payment systems. Because there are currently two disjointed payment systems in operation worldwide. Because of this, it takes a very long time and is highly costly for people to send money home, as is the case for many migrants who work abroad and wish to do so. For certain nations, it does amusing loop circuits around the globe. In order to facilitate easy, affordable, and transparent transactions, payment systems should be interconnected. This will allow remittances to be sent back to the Philippines, Thailand, or Mexico in a seamless and cost-effective manner. The information I'll show you next will heavily rely on those countries she just stated. So keep that in mind. So, in case you missed it, just a little reminder, while some of you may be listening while driving or something, I just want you to take in these nations and let them stay in your mind for a brief moment. Or in a convenient and affordable manner to Mexico, it is possible to return to the Philippines, Thailand, or Mexico with ease. The three are those, and in an inexpensive manner. That's crucial, and that's why we have a mechanism in Europe called the Target Instant Payment Mechanism that applies to retail transactions that take place within the continent, work in that way quickly, affordably, and transparently. Additionally, we declared a few days ago that we were ready to connect our instant payment system to other instant payment systems globally. There are also flowering all. Right, she is discussing how to connect their fast payment system and payment system tips to other payment systems globally. What are some of the largest remittance channels that XRP and Ripple have? I inquired, puzzled. All right, one of the largest is the US to Mexico, right? 36 billion cents a year. Africa, Japan, the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Australia, Malaysia, Bangladesh, South Korea, Thailand, the United States, and Latin America, of course. Did she not thoroughly explain what Ripple does? There are undoubtedly other blockchain firms with comparable passageways. Perhaps XLM is one of them. I'm not really sure what their remaining skills are. However, she only gave me an overview of the XRP ledger and Ripple's activities. Naturally, she also has ties to some of the biggest, no, the word biggest is incorrect, swingers. The phrase big players in the space is reminiscent of the 1980s or 1990s. Thus, this belongs to Augustin Carlson. You've seen him in a number of my videos on this channel. He is the BIS's leader. In essence, the BISs assist other central banks worldwide. They serve as a sort of central bank testing ground for technologies, such as the XRP ledger and other digital assets, and they contribute to technological advancement. And believe me when I say that these two discuss various innovations they have been developing together and are enthusiastic about. Let me play this for you. Christine Lagarde claims that even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, XRP, are fighting for a place in the cashless society. What function will money still serve in this digital age? Some storefront windows already have signs. Scandinavia, the archetype of a cashless society, is not the only place where currency is not accepted. According to our IMF studies, the demand for cash is declining in a number of other nations as well. And who will still be exchanging those pieces of paper known as checks in 10, 20, or 30 years. Listen, if you're still using checks now, know that they will eventually be phased out here, just like cash, correct? It's clear that they won't accomplish this all at once because of the chaos, but I'd guess it will take 10 or 20 years to actually get rid of a lot of these things. Nevertheless, I wouldn't be shocked if money ended up in the museum throughout the next 20 to 30 years. We would now make jokes about using money, correct? For example, who transacted using this paper? I take it that everything will be digital, transferring trillions of dollars worth of cash worldwide onto blockchain. That's what we're discussing. The pressure from new kinds of money is also being relieved by bank deposits. Consider the recently emerged specialist payment companies that give electronic money. Alipay, WeChat in China, Paytm in India, and M-Pesa in Kenya are just a few examples. The digital economy was taken into consideration when creating these currencies. They react to the needs of the economy and the demands of the populace. Even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple are fighting for a place in the cashless world by continuously evolving in the hopes of providing faster, less expensive settlement and more stable value. She could have mentioned any three of those right there, but instead she mentioned Ethereum, Bitcoin, and of course, Ripple XRP. Do you believe that Bitcoin will be utilized extensively for remittances or merely for bank-to-bank payments? In my opinion, it's not feasible. Am I correct? You and I are not on the same level as banks. All right, well, two of our pals are sending us money, correct? Typically, we must have an app of some kind that requires us to authenticate our identification, correct? That kind of behavior, but at a greater level, is something that banks must experience, right? Know your customer KYC, and they have counterterrorism, OFAC, and anti-money laundering checks, To transfer funds from one bank to another, they must complete a variety of checks, correct? Because it might be extremely detrimental for the person who carried out the transaction if a bank transfers funds to another bank that is on a sanctions list. All right? In other words, I don't believe that Bitcoin has the capacity to go bank to bank. Ethereum, however, is another matter. They could be put to use, yes. Although it's a little less expensive these days, it's still not the greatest option, correct? Indeed. Ethereum will play a role in this new economy, but on what scale will it be used, and will it always rank second? In my opinion, XRP will be the most popular. Ethereum might be number 3, followed by Bitcoin at number 2. After that, perhaps more novices can try their hand at it. Additionally, here are Brad Garlinghouse's relationships. Christine Lagarde is shown here. Isn't that a fantastic picture? Because this is typically an IMF meeting when you have a video of Brad Garlinghouse speaking. Additionally, they have some of the largest participants in this industry from central banks worldwide, right? And I've displayed this image numerous times. This is the IMF's Director of Monetary Markets. The Saudi Monetary Authority Chairman is here. Brad Garlinghouse comes after the head Hong Kong Monetary Authority, correct? Show me another image like this one, where a blockchain infrastructure company meets with the individuals who make decisions on your nation's monetary system. You may have a few pictures, but this one is really good, dude. I'm attempting to demonstrate to you that Brad Garlinghouse has been present in the room, correct? Jess Chang is shown here. Chang Jess, working at the IMF, She was employed at Ripple, correct? This place has good connectivity. There are many other folks, but if you would like to stop the video and simply take a look, here is the DTCC architect who works with the Bitcoin Foundation, which is very awesome. Lo Mackenzie Wong and Stephanie Margus Baker, more upscale lawyers.